Hello! We continue to learn a variety of patterns for basket weaving. And if you have already mastered layered weaving from our video, I propose modifying it with the following method of weaving. Because many elements, inserting the working tubes, finishing rows, finishing weaving, etc., will be the same as in ordinary layered weaving, I will not focus on them, and I would recommend that you study our video about simple layered weaving. I recommend that after you lift the spokes, you weave at least a few rows with ordinary pairing or triple twining, so it is more convenient to insert the working tubes. We need the same amount of working tubes as spokes like we do in ordinary layered weaving. The working tubes should be well moistened, but spokes, in contrast, should be very dry and hard. When we first start, it will be more convenient to glue the working tubes to the left of the spokes. Then, we can start from any place. We put each tube in front of the nearest spoke and behind the next spoke to the right. So the first row looks like ordinary layered weaving. We move from right to left. We finish a row like we do in ordinary layered weaving. We always take the lowest, rightmost tube so that in the end, after finishing, from behind each spoke, we will see one working tube. Moving on to the next row, we will use a different method. Now, each working tube goes around the front of the current spoke and then behind the previous spoke. We move from the tube on the left to the one on the right and do the same thing. Now, we weave with the same layered weaving but mirrored. There is a risk to over-tighten the spokes to one side or the other in this pattern. You should control them. Try to keep the spokes perfectly vertical and pull all the working tubes with the same effort. After finishing a row, we turn the working tubes in the other direction. When the working tubes end, we lengthen them between the spokes so the joining point won't hinder the ability to turn a working tube around. Basically, each working tube wraps around only two neighboring spokes like a zigzag. If you take multicolored tubes, then you will be able to see the zigzags even better and you can achieve an interesting effect. You can make one of the rows without a turn. Then, these zigzags will shift in an interesting way. Conversely, you can do ordinary layered weaving, but turn to the other direction in any row. You can weave with pairs of tubes as well, but then you need to double the spokes and make them stronger. You can finish this weaving method in the same way as ordinary layered weaving. Just cut out the working tubes behind the spokes, or you can weave the pairing, taking the spokes together with the working tubes. Japanese layered weaving is characterized by its openness, airiness, and economy of tubes. That is, if you use the entire tube length. And like many other patterns, it is open to experimentation. So try to vary it and find your favorite way of weaving. Good luck!